What's up, folks? I'm Sade, and we are back for my Astro Series segment. For today, we are diving into the ninth house. Now, we just spoke about Sagittarius being the ninth house sign, and now we're diving into what you can find in the ninth house. So, ninth house is all about philosophy. It is about where we take the information that we've learned from the third house, the third being the opposite of the ninth, and figuring out what that information actually means to us. How can we apply that information to our own philosophy and understanding of our life? Ninth house is also the house of higher learning. So this is the house where you can find PhD studies, doctoral studies, master's degrees, people who want to invest a large portion of their life diving deeper into what something means. No longer staying on the surface of just picking information based off of what people are telling you, but actually studying it for yourself and coming up with your own philosophy. Because you're diving deep into information in this ninth house, this is the house where you can find wisdom. Wisdom not only that you gained from deep study, but that you've gained from experiencing your life, applying some of the things that you've learned, going out into the world and experiencing it, and the wisdom that you gather from those experiences. Ninth house is where we can find teachers and gurus, people that guide others back to themselves and guide people back to a higher level of consciousness. Ninth house deals a lot with travels. We all know Sagittarius love to travel, and the need for travel is not solely, just to experience the food or the music of the culture, but it's to learn about another culture, to learn about the different cultures around the world and languages, and to see how that adds to one's philosophy of the world by learning about other people. You can also find deep religious studies in the ninth house with trying to find more meaning, and meaning that can't really be seen with the naked eye. It's meaning that is felt. Ninth house is about our faith. What do you believe in? And how does that faith help you in times where you might not be able to see the end of the road, but you're trusting in a higher level of consciousness and knowing that you know which direction to take? Ninth house is where we like to physically escape because it's that travel house. It's where we like to take our body and move to a different place, moving out of a specific reality that is stagnant, no longer working for us, and finding something that has a little bit more energy. Ninth house is a fire house and it is mutable. So it likes to move, likes to change, likes to adapt to different places, different ideas, and different people. So when we come from the eighth house, we come from this house of power, of death, of transformation. And now ninth house asks us, what are you going to do with that power? What are you going to do with this new life? Are you going to go out and take the world by storm and learn more about yourself? So now you can then teach people about the things that you've learned from dying, being rebirthed, and finding the beauty in a new life. That's what the ninth house asks us to do. So let's see if you have specific planets or signs in that ninth house cusp. Now, let's say if you have Venus in the ninth house. This could be a person who finds a lot of enjoyment, because remember, Venus is about our pleasures, a lot of enjoyment through travel, a lot of enjoyment of meeting foreigners, meeting different people, maybe even falling in love overseas or having a family abroad. Venus is also the planet of money. So it could be someone that can have business dealings overseas, maybe working bi-coastal, or maybe just completely uprooting yourself and traveling to a whole nother country and starting your own business or having business partners in other countries. With Venus in the ninth house, it can signify a person who doesn't really travel to places solely to learn the language, but it has to be a place that they are aesthetically drawn to, a place that really sparks their interest. Maybe this place has good food. Maybe this place has good music, good art. Maybe it's a place of fashion. That's what Venus is going to be more drawn to in this ninth house. Say, for instance, if you have Capricorn in the ninth house. I myself have Capricorn in the ninth house. This is a person who is very serious about their philosophical studies, a person who is probably a forever student, loves to learn. And not only does this person want to learn about the philosophies of life, but they want to physically create structures that reflect the philosophy that they learn. Because Capricorn is the planet of structure, foundation, order, and rules. So if you have Capricorn in this ninth house, this person is going to be very, very eager to learn the philosophical information and then create a foundational plan for their way of life and their way of doing things. The reason why the ninth house is such an important house, as well as the other houses, is because it really takes us out of taking information from other people and start reflecting on what these things are meaning for us. Ninth house, as well as Sagittarius, is the beginning of our transition out of life, out of this understanding of the physical world, of what's seen, and beginning to tap into what isn't seen but is felt, and then eventually tapping out of the realm of earth completely. Ninth house is where you can find the wanderer, but not the wanderer who is lost, but the wanderer who is in search of deeper meaning and is willing to take the risk, be adventurous, and travel to find out their own information. All right, that's all we have for today for the ninth house. Ninth house is the house where Sagittarius rules, as well as the planet Jupiter. Next, I'm going to dive into what planet Jupiter means and what we can expect when we have Jupiter in certain places of our charts. My name is Sade, and thank you for joining.